Hey, good morning, everybody. Lee Smith, Spouse Buying Houses. Today is Saturday, December 26th, 2020. I actually got screwed up. For some reason, I was still thinking that, I don't know, maybe I think that Christmas is like Thanksgiving. It's on the Thursday. So I got up this morning, my alarm clock went off at 8:30, and I was like, oh wow, this is, when I usually typically get my son up. And so anyway, so I didn't even think about it. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a run to Dunkin' Donuts because I gotta get my Dunkin' Donuts fix in. And then I looked at the clock and then I realized, oh wait, it's Saturday and I gotta do this show and it's 9:10, I think, at that time. I'm like, I'm not gonna make it to Dunkin' Donuts and back. And since it's Saturday and since it's the day after Christmas, I'm sure Dunkin' Donuts will be sold out of my favorite apple fritter. I'm looking for sponsorship from Dunkin' Donuts. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? My gosh. If you guys knew how much I love Dunkin' Donuts freaking apple fritters. I only get to do it once a week. But man, oh man, do I love them. All right, anyways. So today, I think we will I'll give you an update on my commercial property, and then I will talk about we've got a property back from rent, and we will go through the numbers. This is a property that we bought pre, I guess we bought it in 2009, 2010. It's an older home, 1900s. We did a massive rehab on it. Um, the intention was to flip it. Of course, we were, I think we probably bought it in 2008. Um, so we were in the heart of the downturn. It's in an area, it was on the outskirts of a gentrifying area. And so, long story short, we bought this house. We're going to flip it. We didn't end up being able to flip it. I think we could have, but we would have made small profits compared to renting it out. So we decided to rent it out. We've rented it out since then. Always made pretty good money. It's a pretty stable property. We don't have a lot of issues. It's pretty cool little property. It is still on the outskirts, but of this gentrifying area. But the gentrification is moving. But now, of course, I don't know what this next year is going to bring us, so I don't know what that's going to do to, anyways. So I think we recently, I can't remember if we evicted or she bought out. I'm not sure what happened on this property, but the tenant's gone. And so anyway, so we sent Kyle over to do the move out video. So we'll take a look at that. Last year this year sometime I think was when we replaced the tenant. I think she'd been there less than a year, so I think we probably evicted her or she left early. Anyway, so I know there's some issues with that. We'll look at that one. But it's kind of a cool house. Let's see here. Other than that, okay, so I'll give you guys an update on my bank property. So some of you know I bought a 1900s bank. It's in a commercial area. It is, do I have a picture of it? I think I got a picture of it. Let's see if I got a picture of it. The different browser. Um, Videos, thumbnails. Give me thumbnails, 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 thumbnails. Oops, let's do this. All right, so here's the property. Um, it's kind of a vanity project for me. Um, this was when I just bought it. Actually, I think this might be a Google page. Anyways, this is when I first bought it. We've since then we've Why does my mom always call me at 9:30 on freaking Saturday morning? She knows I got a show. Um, so long and the sticky of it is we bought it. We've been doing a bunch of work to it. There's actually a fence up here along the sides. And we've removed all of the vines and stuff like that. I've actually put a brand new roof on it, all metal roof. It's about a 40-year roof. Let's see what we got here. Put a 40-year metal roof on it. I've gutted it out inside. I think I have some pictures of that. Let me go back here. And that was what the roof looked like before. We replaced a ton of old rafters. So this is when we were still putting the roof on it. Do I have some newer pictures? Hopefully I got some newer pictures of it. So yeah, so this is the fence on the side. There's a little side addition. We've taken all that down. This is the upstairs. That's my skinny leg boy. So there's what it looked like when I first bought it. Anyways, I got a bunch of videos of it. So I guess I don't have any newer videos. Anyways, we gutted it to studs inside. New roof on it. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Anyways, I wanted to do self-storage at this property. And so I contacted the City Planning Commission. This area is kind of going through some revitalization. It is hold on, I got a message. Hey Kevin, how you doing, buddy? Well, ask your question and I'll see if I can get to it. So anyway, so I bought this. So I contacted City Planning Commission. I wanted to do self-storage on it. This is a pretty rundown area, but this kind of going through some revitalization. The city spent a bunch of money rebuilding a library right around the corner. I want to say like almost $3 million, maybe. I can't remember off the top of my head. 2.7, something like that. That number rings a bell in my head, but I may be wrong on it. Anyway, so they've spent a bunch of money. There's supposedly a bunch of revitalization going on. I'm trying to find out exactly what that's entailing. Supposedly, my electrician has talked to the trustee in that area, and he said that the trustee said that a bunch of rehab or revitalization is going to be completed within the next 2 years. So I'm not sure what that entails. Anyways, long story short, I hit up the City Planning Commission. It's a pretty rundown area. I wanted to do self-storage. I wanted to do it right. I actually initially I was wanting to bring in and drop shipping containers on the property. I could get like right around 30 or 32 shipping containers dropped in, all one level. So it's not like it's multi-level, just single level. But, the way we were going to do it, it was going to look good. It was going to look nice. My property is zone C4. This is where the problem comes in. My property is zone C4. I need C5 zoning in order to do self-storage with buildings, and my property needed to be vacant for 5 years for C5 to be self-storage with buildings. Or I could go C7 and I could have storage containers on the property. Anyway, so I screwed up. I didn't do my due diligence enough. Well, I think when I bought it, I wanted a vanity project, and I bought this property right. But I bought it for 30. Currently, I got about 25K into the roof, and I probably have 15K into demoing it out, 10 to 15K into demoing it out inside. So I have not done HVAC. I have not done electrical yet. All right, Kevin, give me a minute here. Let me finish this story. So anyway, I went to the City Planning Commission. I have C4. I want to go to C5 or C7. For 4 weeks, I was talking to the city planner, the lead planner. I think that's his title. And for 4 weeks, I've been telling him I'm C4. I want to do self-storage. What do I need to do? Variance? Do I need to get, rezoned? What do I need to do? So all along, he's like, well, we're not going to support you doing C7, which means storage containers. And I'm like, okay. He's like, there's no C7 in the area, which he's right. There really isn't any C7 in the area. So I said, there's 2 doors to the north of me is C5 zoning. So I said, can I get that zoning because I'm so close to it? And so anyway, so he said, well, you can only have self-storage if you're C5 and you've been vacant for 5 years. And so I said, well, I've been vacant for 8 years. and you know, what's my next steps? And so he says, oh, well, if you've been vacant for over 5 years, then all you need to do is pay $100. You got to prove that you've been vacant for 5 years, and we'll just, assign you a permit and you're done. I'm like, oh, great. So anyway, so this guy, he responds to one question. Have you all run into this before? You get these people who you send them like 4 or 5 questions and they can respond to one question. I don't know whether they just can't process more than one question or what the deal is. So this guy can only process one question at a time. So if you send him an email with 2 or 3 questions in it, he's just gonna pick one, random one of those questions and respond. And he only responds on Thursdays. So you call, you get voicemail. He doesn't return calls. You ask him to call you, he'd rather email you. And then he basically, it's one, he only responds on Thursdays. And, to his credit, he'll respond multiple times on Thursday, but he only responds on Thursdays. So anyway, so after like 3 or 4 weeks of back and forth with this guy, finally he says something. I said, what do I need to do? He sends me the form I need to fill out. So I'm starting to fill this form out. But he said something in his email that triggered me. And so I said, now I just want to clarify, I'm C4 and I want to convert to C5 with self-storage. And he says, oh, I've been reading these emails. I didn't process that. So no, you can't do it. He's like, you'd have to be C5 and then your property have to be vacant for 5 years and then we would allow you to do self-storage. So anyways, so basically he said, City Planning Commission will not recommend my property for C5 and storage, or C7 with storage. And evidently, talking to my lawyer said, reading between the lines of what this guy was saying, that they think they want office spaces over in this area. And so, regardless, so now he said that most of the time, my lawyer said, most of the time when if you try to get the permit or the variance anyways, or change the zoning, then the zoning board predominantly does not go against the recommendations of the City Planning Commission. So basically I'm hosed. So I can't do self-storage on this property. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So if you guys have ideas, let me know below what I can do with this property. It's over near 23rd and Sherman area. So supposedly the trustee, according to the trustee's office, but I don't have, he didn't elaborate, but supposedly, and it's through multiple contacts. So supposedly there is a bunch of revitalization happening in the commercial area over the next 2 years, supposed to be completed in the next 2 years. So I'm not sure what that entails. I need to dig deeper on that sort of stuff. But anyways, if you have any questions or if you have any ideas or thoughts of what I could do with this property, I thought about doing a conversion to office spaces, basically converting it inside to 12 by 15, little offices and renting those offices out, not a shared office space, but, doing 12 to 15 foot, a shared office space doesn't evidently work. A lot of guys that I know who have done shared office spaces, they don't like them. They say they don't work. They don't get enough people in. But converting out to 12 to 15 foot offices supposedly does work. I think at this point I'm going to get it to where the exterior is looking good on the property and make the code enforcement. There is orders on this property. Get code enforcement happy with me, and then I will maybe I'll try and rent it out as build to suit. You know what I mean? So if somebody wants to rent it, they can rent it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do. I don't know. I need to look at it. It looks like in that area, commercial property is going for between $450 to $650 a square foot over the year. So I don't know. We'll have to look at it. All right. So Kevin, I'm not sure if you're here or not. So all right. So Kevin has a question. I've been working since 14, and I'm 18 now, and have $250,000, and I want to buy rental properties so I make income and cash flow. Any advice what to expect? my own personal opinion, Kevin, is that we're getting ready to go through a downturn in the market. I think that um, with COVID, your lower income, most people who are investing in um, rentals right now are investing in lower income rentals. And right now, because of COVID, that is the most challenged environment. Is that what I want to say? A lot of people who are lower income are in, they're in retail positions, right? And retail's getting locked down again. Or they've been laid off because their businesses had to be shut down or whatever because of COVID. So a lot of those folks are really suffering right now. If you got $250,000, pre-COVID, I would have told you that you probably want to get maybe consider going into low incomes. You could probably pick up for 250,000. If you wanted to go all cash, you could probably get into like 5 or 6 of them. Your cash flow would be like $300 or $400 a month because you own them outright. But this is a different time, lower income. If you're going to get into lower income, then you really need to know how to get them rented and get good tenants in. We specialize in that. I'm not trying to sell myself. I'm just saying that you need to find somebody who's really good at low income. Our eviction rate on people that we place is 1 to 2%. Our average tenant in single family is staying 4+ years. And multifams are 1 to 2 years. So I would caution you against getting into multifams. Good morning, Frank. Because multifams, I've got other videos, so you can go look at those videos about, what to look for in multifams if you're looking at multifams. I know a lot of people are like, oh, cash flow is king. Multifams are awesome. They can be, but you really got to watch your numbers on multifams. And people are paying way too much right now for multifams. So you don't get into multifams unless you are buying right. Like I would say probably $20K per door all in. Anyways, I think we're going through a downturn this year. I think, this is my opinion, but I think that if you can buy a property now and get a good price on it and the numbers work, then go for it. But otherwise, you might want to wait and find the better deals. Housing numbers have not been released since, as far as people who are behind on their mortgages and stuff like that, have not been released since end of September, early October, and they were at about 8.2% at that point in time. So of the people who have mortgages, 8.2, 8.6. So people who have mortgages, 8.2, 8.6% of them are in forbearance. But recently I just learned that part of the the COVID Relief Act, anybody who goes into forbearance right now, the mortgage companies do not have to release the numbers, or do not have to release that they are behind on their mortgage payments. So we're getting a false narrative in that aspect. So that number could be a lot higher than 8.2 or 8.6%, because the mortgage companies are not able to tell anyone that they are behind, that people are behind on their mortgages. All right, you just asked another question. The thing is, the appointment costs like you mean apartment costs like $350,000, and the rent here in Chicago for the square feet is $1,000 to $1,250 average. So you're looking at a $350,000 3-unit in Chicago. What's it rent for? What does each unit rent for? And you would need to know what the ledgers look like. Are the tenants current? Have they been there for a while? Are they vacant? Are you going to need a bunch of repairs? Stuff like that. I'm not as familiar with the Chicago market, that their values and their numbers are hyperinflated. So, I don't know about that one. So I think we're going to have a lot more people that are in trouble with their mortgages and stuff like that this year. And once that kind of starts to come out, then I think we're going to have, my personal opinion is 2007 levels or worse. I think a lot of people are like, My one friend Amy, she was hitting me up that she was in the stores, before Christmas, and she said she was talking to a bunch of different people, and they were like, sales are up. Well, I think that the problem is that, well, not necessarily the problem. I think that the people are turtling up, right? It's COVID time. Everybody's stuck in their house or their apartment or whatever. So they're not traveling. They're not going out to eat as much. So they've got a lot more cash. So they're spending cash on creature comforts. So they're buying Uggs, or they're buying TVs, or they're buying PlayStations, Xboxes, blah, 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 because they're stuck inside. So I'm not necessarily certain that that says a good thing about our market right now. People can't spend the money eating out, which is expensive, and so they're spending the money, on creature comforts at home, which I don't blame them. So, anyways, so yeah, I would need to know more numbers, Kevin. I think that this year we're going to start seeing prices drop. I think we're going to find more opportunities for purchasing properties. In the 2007 market, I lived that dream. Rentals were still good. We were still getting rents. You got to make sure you're getting good tenants, right? That are solid tenants. So, like we do a background check, a credit check, and an eviction check. They can't have been evicted in the last 3 years. They can't owe money to a previous landlord. We make their gross monthly income be 3 times the rent. So if it was $1,000 a month, then we want to see that they're getting $3,000 a month. You want to make sure that any debts they have, they are currently paying on those debts. If they have anything in judgments or collections, you may or may not want to know the scoop on that. If they owe more than, I would say if they have stuff in judgments or collections and it's over $1,000 or $2,000, then you might consider them with a double security deposit. But if you're looking at Chicago, I don't know what the rules are in Chicago, so I don't know if I don't know what the rules are in Chicago. Like some states, New York, you cannot take more than 1 month security deposit. Indiana, I can take as many as I want. But typically, if somebody is 1,000 to 2,000 in judgments or collections, and it's explainable, they had a hardship and they're behind on it, especially if they're paying on it now after the fact, then we may do like a double deposit or a double deposit is basically the most we'll do usually. So there's different examples of that. But yeah, I mean, it's all about in trying times, depression, recession, whatever. It's all about checking out the tenants. Let's see, Frank, 4 years of working and saving $250K, fantastic. Keep on saving and opportunities will show themselves. Since you are still making money, I would spend money on real estate education before I buy. Yeah, that's a good thing. I give a shout out. I like Vina Jones Cox in Cincinnati. She's a wholesaler, but she teaches a lot of stuff. She's one of the most creative people I know. So I like her. But yeah, education is a key. There's a bunch of other guys that are running around the country, older gentlemen. I don't know, I would use gentlemen loosely. But there's some people out there that you can learn a lot from, that are much more creative. So I would say pick a strategy, run with that until you master it, and then pick your next strategy, and then add that to your arsenal. So, I do a lot of stuff. I'm looking to do a lot of short sales and subject to over the next year. So we'll see how that goes. Those were big in 2007. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there you go. REGoddess.com. Do I get bonus points? Vina, are you watching? I doubt it, but if you are, I get bonus points, right? Right? Can I be Golden Boy for a day? I used to be Golden Boy. I'm not anymore. Anyways, that's all right. Okay. So we got about a half an hour, 35 minutes. Kevin, a lot of stuff that you'll see, I wasn't really planning on doing numbers on this property that we're going to do today other than, whatchamacallit, because I don't know off the top of my head. I can't remember. So we bought this house back in, like 2006, 2007. Let me see if I can pull up some pictures of, hold on a second here. this over so I can see what's going on. Switch here. So we bought this little house. I want to say 2008, 2009. It's been really good rental for our client on this one. So we did the rehab on it. It's an older house. It's got some cool attributes to it. Let me see if I can show anything else. So this is the interior. This is the entryway. This is the dining room on this property. I mean, we can get into the video here in just a second. We actually added another bathroom. This is the kitchen that we put in. Yeah, so before pictures, right? And then I'm going to go to after pictures here in just a second, after we've just moving the tenants out, because I hear there's some stories about this. We did actually refinish the hardwoods on this one. Here's the main bathroom. This is the original bathroom. This is the entryway when you first walk in. So we're at the front door. So pocket door here. Frank probably doesn't know I could do anything this decent. Here's the bathroom. We did back then we used to do tile for kitchens and bathrooms. And then we did a tile surround. Like I say, this was 2007. Oh, look, there's my truck. I used to own that. Oh, I missed that truck, my Avalanche. Oh, I miss it. This is an attic that we did for a master suite. Back of the house, bathroom, main bathroom. That was the original one. So back in when this was built in the 1900s, there was one bathroom for, this is like a 4 or 5 bedroom house. Is it 4? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a 4 bedroom house. We converted the attic into a 4th bedroom. So, and this was like a, I don't know, a parlor. This was actually a walkthrough. This is a half bath now. This used to be a walkthrough to get into the kitchen. So the service people would, you know, cook the food in the kitchen, and they would come through here. This was the original formal. I think this was the formal dining room. This must have been a sitting parlor, and this was the entry. I don't know. I'm not privy to how the better half lived back in the day, I guess. So it's a cute little house. A lot of ornate woodwork. Unfortunately, you know, it wasn't in the budget to all of the woodwork had been painted at some point in time, probably multiple times. Actually, yeah, multiple times. So it wasn't in our budget to strip it all down and refinish it. We did the floors, but that was about it. There's that half bath. This was originally cabinets on both sides, but we just turned it into a bathroom. Anyways, all right, so let's see if we can fire up the old videos and see what we can see. Okay, I must have clicked out of where I needed to be. All right, so let's see what we got here. And of course, the video is on the wrong one. Oh, and of course, he's doing it at night. What a guy. All right, so let me put my headset on, and let's rock and roll with this bad boy. Oh, look, we got a free jungle gym out in the front yard.
It's kind of tough to see the roof, I think, but it looks like it's in good shape. It's real steep. I'll try to swing out as far as I can on each side to get a good image of it. A lot here. I don't think that's part of this property.
Oh, yeah. See, this house here next door, this was in really, really rough shape 2 years ago. So that's come a long way since then.
Looks like it's
so that's nice.
Flip or renovation of some sort. This side of the roof also looks good. Looks like the chimney's in good shape as well.
What's this marking here on the wall?
This window here has a screen, but it does have a rip in it down at the bottom there. Looks like that upstairs window has a screen. Could use a pressure wash on the side of the house here.
So our central air is right here. So I wonder if the wind comes through this way. That doesn't make sense to me a lot, but you know, we're getting some moisture coming out of here, and that's what's causing this. 8x speed for the win. That's right, baby.
Downstairs has a screen. Upstairs looks like it has a screen. This little contraption here is a AC cage. And AC is there, so I guess it works. Looks like maybe one of the louvers on this dryer vent in the glass block window is missing. The upstairs siding corner is broken. And then this fence is not in great condition. I don't think I can get over it from here though, so we'll go around in case I miss it. On the other side, that downspout does not have an extension. some blue tarp or something there in the side yard. It's kind of trash, I guess. And then there's two downspouts at that corner. The one that goes off to the right has a short extension on it, and the one that comes straight at us has no extension. This window here has its screen. Power's on, front light's working. Probably need to get rid of this attractive nuisance here.
I just put it out at the curb and say, "Free to a good home."
Across the street to see if we can get a good angle on that roof.
Yeah, it's a newer roof within the past 10 years.
There's a satellite dish in the yard. This window has its screen. This window has a screen. The upstairs window there has a screen. The other upstairs window has a screen. These three windows here have screens. Looks like there's a rip in this one. And there's a couple little holes in this one. It looks like.
I do have to say that
I thought there's some tape in them, but no.
when you have central air in a house,
Holes in one and then a rip in the other.
you don't go through as many screens.
Right here below this window, you can see the paint or whatever that is there peeling away off the bricks. It looks like it has like a layer of some cement on top. This downspout does not have an extension. There's a wrench on top of the gas meter for some reason. This siding corner is broken down at the bottom of it. Some more of the cement peeling off the bricks
Is it
there.
just me, or does it sound like Kyle's out of breath?
Got this little trap door here. Take a look at that in a second. Upstairs, it looks like I can't tell. I'm not going to know which windows these are. There's a lot of rooms and spaces upstairs. It looks like there's three windows on this side upstairs. The one on the left has a screen. The one on the right, I can't tell. I don't think that middle one does. There is a screen on this window. I guess we'll take a look at this. Of course, I'm going to drop my flashlight first.
Drop it.
Okay, so that just goes to a door. And there is a basement access from inside, so I'm guessing we're going to find that door that way instead of going down in here and having this door falling on top of me. Even though I know that'd be
you want that door to fall on top of you.
And we're back over to this downspout that I already mentioned. It's missing a extension for it. Besides that door down there in the basement, I believe the only door to the house is the front door.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of...
A little bit of peeling paint here on this column.
There's a lot of revitalization going on over in this area. So we used to be on the outskirts of it, and now there's a lot more going on over here.
Look at the upstairs windows from here.
We did try and sell it this year.
The two on the left have
but
screens.
Didn't get a
right
lot of
screen.
interest. So
the window way upstairs, the third floor there.
I think it's because I know a lot of people like corner lots.
I'll try to check those.
But I think that's our downfall on this one
inside.
is because of the fact that it really doesn't have a driveway, if I do air quotes.
And the front door was unlocked when I got here, but it does close and latch.
Nice.
Locks too. Inside, several rooms on this first floor. We'll call this one the entry room. We've got trash on the floors, but the floors look like they're in good shape. Hardwood floors. Smoke detectors here, light works. Some Skittles dips on the floor. And then we've got this closet over here. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. And that door is closing and latching as well. And
This is why I think this was an eviction,
crush any more of those Skittles.
because there's so much trash left around.
So I think this room is actually in pretty good shape, just real dirty, needs to be cleaned out. The walls don't really even look that bad. The blind on the left here has some like bent pieces towards the bottom of it. And then this one over here has a break in the top right corner.
Yay, blinds.
Move into the dining room, I guess. Got this, I don't know, fish tank here on the wall.
It's a faux.
And besides that, the walls look pretty good. The floors look pretty good. It's going to need to be cleaned, but not seeing major issues. The blinds in here even look like they're in decent shape. And the light fixture is working. There are these Max Catch glue pads here, so you may have a pest issue. But I don't see any pests on them.
Oh my goodness.
And the banana is greeting us as we enter the kitchen.
Banana.
Kitchen has tile floors, I believe.
Yeah, they are.
Looks like the flooring is in good shape. Obviously the food has been left behind. The counters and cabinets all cleaned up. Power's on, so the fridge should be not too full of maggots. Let's see. I think we should have. Let's see if this switched. Nope. Here we go. Okay. Microwave's fairly clean, but it's missing the piece in there, the little plate.
That's
and
expensive.
the wheel ring that goes below that. So I'm gonna need all these cabinets cleaned out. There's a lot of them. Luckily, so far, it doesn't look like there's a lot of damage once they're emptied out. A little something spilled in the bottom of this one, so you could have a stain to deal with there, but can't tell, it might just wipe out. Obviously these drawers have a bunch of junk in them. Do have some staining here on the Lazy Susan. Stovetop to be cleaned. Sometimes that stuff's real burnt on.
Open the fridge, the power's on, so it's not going to be horrible for him. I know we like to
do that in there.
We like to cause as much grief for Kyle as we can.
Backsplash. The counter looks pretty good.
Unfortunately, he's smarter than most of us. He's smarter than the average bear, so we don't ever get to see him getting into trouble, locking himself in a bathroom like I like to do. All right, let's see here. Render speed.
That looks like a stick.
Faster.
But see if that cleans up or if it needs something more. There's the extra remotes.
So this is kind of interesting. So these are inexpensive cabinets that you can buy at Lowe's or Menards. I think we bought these at Menards. I don't remember. These are maple cabinets. Countertops are all Lowe's specials. So these are like dirt cheap, $50 to $100, you know, depending on the length of them. So, and then this backsplash is
this Lazy Susan's full of stuff as well.
The glass, but it's it was also about $4 or $5 a square foot that you could buy at Home Depot at the time. So
here,
you know, we did
good.
The kitchen on the
Seen any major
cheap.
issues?
So I mean, it looks pretty good except for all this trash. But I mean, I think we saw the pictures of the house.
Doesn't look too bad under there. It's got
We saw the
some vinyl or
pictures of
something
the house
as a base, so
that we use for marketing, and the
if
kitchen
all
looks
drips or
great.
stuff won't mess up the cabinet.
So you know, relatively inexpensive
I guess you can't
kitchen.
get anything up on top. Not too much, at least, in the rest of the kitchen.
The appliances we bought are non-matching, and we bought them from one of our local used places. And actually, I don't think they were used. He gets deals where he buys stuff that's on clearance. He buys them from the manufacturer if they're trying to get rid of a bunch of extra inventory. So he sold us, you know, they're unmatching, you know, so this may be a Maytag and this may be, you know, whatever, a Frigidaire, and this may be, you know, I don't know, an LG. So they're unmatching, you know, but they're all stainless. Most people are not going to notice if they match or not match. So, you know, but it's a way to save a lot of money. Because I think we spent $1,200 on $1,200 to $1,500 for all of this. So dishwasher, stove, microwave, and fridge from Argo. So there's ways to save money on this stuff, but it looks like $1 million. Maybe not $1 million, but it looks good. I mean, it looks good to the general eye.
So power's still on.
Oh, he did open the fridge for you,
Shouldn't
Frank.
have too much of an issue.
But like I
some of
said,
the stuff looks like it's already rotting.
Come on,
But
leave all
hopefully
this
get it
stuff.
cleaned out fairly soon. Blinds look like they're okay. We already talked about the floors. And the lights are all working in here. There's another smoke detector there on the wall. Walls look like they're in good shape. So yeah, it seems like it's pretty good. Someone's half eaten candy cane there on the floor. Now, the basement door is closing, but it's not really latching. And we'll pop down here. A lot more trash down here than you'd like.
Good Lord.
So I believe this is going to be our door that goes to that trap door. Yep. So that door closes, latches, locks, everything you want it to do. Here's our washer and dryer hookups. Looks like they've got pedestals for them they left behind. or I suppose it may have been included and they took the machines and forgot the pedestals. 3-prong electric dryer hookup. We already talked about that. Dryer vent missing the louver there. And a little bit staining on the wall over there. Not seeing any major issues. Floors down here are concrete. There's our water heater. That is
Electric,
I believe. Yeah, that's electric. Yep, everything's looking pretty decent. Lights are working down here. Just a lot of clothes on the floor and some boxes, bed frames. So a good amount of stuff to be disposed of.
we ran all the electrical in this house too.
All the breakers appear to be on. There's the water meter. Has a nice little stand that it sits on there. Let's see. Here's the furnace. Try not to crash into any of these ducts down here. Alright, gas furnace looks newer. Got a little light flashing. Let's see if we can check it out and make sure it's working. Try to look for the thermostat. There's this little gap here in the bricks. I don't know if that's really a issue or not. And I think that does it down here. This wall is newer, but that's beyond the scope of this inspection.
Can I do another speed upgrade?
Alright.
Oh yeah, you can. You can continue to speed it up.
These steps feel a little bit weak, like they're kind of
Kyle,
maybe
hate
not
us.
secured on one, on like the back of them or something. And then up here you got some drywall or plaster damage, and there's some cracks down there. They're not major. And it is the basement, though. This is the basement that has the washer dryer hookup, so you tend to go down there sometimes. Some peeling paint right there, and a couple more spots of damage there. So far,
Slow it down now.
everything's in pretty good shape.
I can't hear him. Lord.
That's not real loud. Thought it was for a second. Alright. So you got this pocket door here. It's not moving. And that seals off this room. The living room, maybe? Or I guess this could be a bedroom. I think there's 3 or 4 more bedrooms upstairs. There's a couple holes in the drywall over here. Blinds all look pretty good. A couple holes in the drywall over there. Quite a few holes over here. Floor looks pretty good. But I think I need to do some drywall patching and paint this room.
So this paint that's on the walls is probably
Light works. Door looks
5+ years
hole in
old.
it here. And
So
here's what the other side looks
this
like,
is
but
our
there's
old
a couple there
color.
too. So through and through. But it does close and latch.
Oh, did you guys catch that?
And I guess we don't really care what the other side looks like, but there's a hole there too. So through and through.
Through and through. What does that say to you? There's a hole on this side of the door and a hole on the other side of the door, and it's through and through. Uh-huh. So even though it's a nice area, I'm thinking there was some firearms in action.
But it does close and latch. A couple more holes in the drywall there. Toilet needs to be cleaned. Sink will need to be cleaned.
So this is the half bath.
Bunch
This
of
was
trash.
originally a like a butler pantry.
For here to be cleaned up. Missing the knob there, but it's on the floor there. Need to clean that out, and it looks like the finish is messed up in the bottom of that. So I may need to paint the bottom of it or put some cover, something there. I think that's it. The lights there are working. Blinds look all right. There's even damage on the ceiling here. There. So this room's just all messed up with the holes in the drywall and the ceiling and everything. Okay. Carpet on these stairs is not clean, so I don't know if it'll clean up, but I would say that you're probably looking at replacing this with some other kind of flooring. Maybe you can pull it and just paint the stairs. The walls look okay. I'll be able to look at them better from upstairs.
Oof.
So the walls in there are all
Now I
looking
got
good.
a miracle worker on
So the
carpets,
flooring is the
but
real
I
issue,
don't
and then
know.
probably touch up paint on the handrail. Smoke detector there. And we'll start checking out these rooms. First room, door closes, door
See,
latches.
smarter
The
than
sticker
the
on it will need to
average
be
bear.
removed, and we need some touch-up paint up near the top of it.
I know, right? You've been in the bathroom for an hour.
There's the
Get
back of that
out,
door.
or I'm
Touch-up
gonna
paint needed down to the
shoot.
bottom.
I
Here's the
think we're gonna have
closet.
a repaint on this house.
Looks pretty good.
Not good for him.
Inside of the closet door's all right. Could use touch-up paint on the hinge side.
said, it's been 6 or
Closed his
7
latches.
years.
Took a couple tries, but I got it. Just a real little nick in it up there.
Free bed frame. Not sure if a miracle is enough. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to repaint, interior repaint. All right, number 3.
One odd thing, the light switch in this room is behind the closet door. It's a little difficult to locate, but it's
welcome to the 1900s.
There. You have a window screen
Rewired
in here.
it. I'm not sure why we left it
So,
there.
you know, noted from outside, we're missing them. Those blinds are messed up. These blinds are messed up. Need to get the bed frame and the other trash out of here. Probably touch up the paint around that window frame over there. Walls are not too bad, but it wouldn't hurt to paint them again if you can. Depends how much of a rehab you're doing here, I guess. And then this carpet, it's dirty, but I think it'll clean up. I don't see any obvious stains that don't look like they clean out. Same in the hallway here. I think it will clean up. I think it's still gonna look like it's been here for a while, but I think it'll clean up. Bedroom number 2, 3, I don't know. Okay, well, I guess it's good this didn't latch. You got a hole in the door, so there's that to start with. That doesn't move at all, but also doesn't latch, so you're not gonna get stuck, don't worry. It looks like somebody was shooting through here. So you got a hole right through the door and into the wall right there. And there are all those holes downstairs too. Somebody a little trigger happy here, I guess.
When he initially told me about bullet wounds in this house, I was thinking drive-by, which seemed really unlikely for this property because it's in a decently, upcoming area. But now I'm starting to think if you got shots upstairs, I'm thinking you had a home intruder or something.
Very dirty.
We never heard anything about this from the tenant.
You can probably clean it. I can't say that for sure, but you can give it a shot.
Yeah, our guy J&G Carpets, he's
that
awesome.
blind's broken. This one I think is just caught.
Carpets.
Yeah.
A lot of times I look at them and go, no way we're saving that.
But it is missing the spindle there, so if you were going to replace this one since it's broken, pull the spindle from it, put it over there, and then just replace this. You need to touch up the paint on this windowsill here. And, oh, you know what? Look at it, it's just reflecting. See, they've got these little glitter circles all over the house. That's just a depression. There's like a bed or something sitting there. Thought someone had shot through the floor. That blind is broken. And you see some wear on this wall. Hole in the wall over here. Let's see if we can make it over to the closet. Closet looks pretty good. It doesn't have the closet rod. The walls don't look to be too damaged. Door looks okay. The door won't close. Yeah. The door's catching along the top. It will not close all the way. Oh, we almost missed this. It's rolled up.
I'm going to stop this for a second. So when we were doing, back in the day when we were doing these old 1900s houses, because the walls were pretty rough on the major rehabs we were doing what we call orange peel on the walls. So we wouldn't have to do as much correction on, repairing issues in walls. So you can kind of see here, there was kind of a minor seam or something here because this is lath and plaster. So we weren't having to do as much correction on the walls because we were doing this orange peel paint on the walls. In the early 2000s, when they were building all these new houses, the less expensive houses, they were given more square footage and all that sort of stuff. They were doing this orange peel on the walls, this texture on the walls, because it would reduce the man hours to finish off the walls, the drywall. They could do a lesser job of finishing seams on the drywall because this would hide it. So we implemented this about the same time on these older 1900s houses because of the fact that the walls are just all over the place. 100 years of settlement and stuff like this, walls twist and turn and blah, 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 blah. And this hides a lot of that. So whenever possible, we are fixing these issues and making smooth walls. But if a house has a lot of this,
then we're going to this. I don't, we haven't done it in a while. I haven't taken on a massive rehab like this on an old 1900s house in a while. So, I would have to consider it if I wanted to do it again. I'm not a fan of textured paint on the walls, but I can see why this worked at the time, and I could possibly consider it for future.
Check that out.
$100
It's
bill.
a collectible.
100.
All right. I think that's everything for this room. So we've got several different spots where the walls are messed up. I'd say probably patch it and paint the whole room. And I think you can clean the carpets. And I should do it blinds. And that's it in there, I think. Into the next one. All right, this one, the light is not working. Trash out of the doorway. This door must be. Try it. Alright. It closes, it latches. There's the outside of it. Can use some paint on the trim over there.
Yeah, it's gonna
Really drags the carpet. So if you could shave some of the bottom off of it, maybe that might help. The light is not working in this room. It is hanging by the wires. The floor is going to be like the rest of these carpeted floors, I think. You can try to clean it and hopefully it works. Blinds there and there.
What happened? I didn't pause it.
The one on the left was good. This one does have this one break right here. But aside from that, I think it's in pretty good shape. I don't see a lot of damage to the walls. The only thing I'm really seeing is looks like the doorknob bashed in the wall over there. You can probably just cover that with one of those stickers, the doorstop stick-on circle things. And here's the closet. Don't see any obvious issues there. Inside the closet door looks alright. Closes, latches, and the outside of the door looks alright. So this room's pretty good. Just probably adjust this door over here and that door stop, and then figure out this light and replace one of the blinds, and then a normal clean the trash out and clean up do carpet cleaning. So a hall closet here. It's alright, got like a little bit of a settling crack there. Way too much stuff in the way here.
Like there's some electronics down there. Maybe it's an old Bitcoin miner, Frank. What do you think, huh? S3 Plus? Costs more energy to run it than it does to bring in a year.
I don't have my COVID vaccine yet.
Costs more to run it for a day
than
it brings in
does
a
not
year.
latch, so let's check this one. Oh, downstairs, I don't think I did it while we were down there, but the bathroom downstairs does have a fan. It's on a separate switch, and it does work.
I wonder if JG will be able to do that.
This bathroom, though, does not appear to have any fan, and it's the one with the tub. Does have a ceiling light and then a vanity light. The vanity light's missing one light bulb of 3. Check
Dang it, Kyle. Why are you so smart to check the doors from the outside?
Closes, doesn't latch. Some damage right up there on the top of it. Just probably clean the sink top there. The mirror is real dirty, but not damaged. Should be able to just clean it. Check this stuff out. Missing another knob. We're missing one downstairs, and we found it. I don't see it here yet. Extra light down there. Okay. So I don't see that knob. Like it's in the floor register. So that one is gone. Probably need to get a replacement for it. Toilets here. Towel bar. The blinds are super dirty and broken right there. And down here. Tub surround looks good.
I don't want to try and fix them, clean them.
Tub looks good. So everything should be good there. The shower rod is over here, and the tub stopper is there in the corner. Let's see. I think that does it in here. Walls look good. Floors look good. So I think for here, replace the blinds, find that cabinet, find a cabinet. I don't think find the one that was there. Put the shower rod back up, and another light bulb for the vanity light, and get that door so that it latches.
What did you say about the cabinet?
In there, and right there, and down here. This stuff out. Missing another knob. We're missing one downstairs, and we found it. I don't see it here yet. Clean the sink top there. The mirror is real dirty, but not damaged. Should be able to just clean it. Check this stuff out. Missing another knob. We're missing one downstairs, and we found it. I don't see it here yet. Make sure it's down there. Okay. So I don't see that knob. I think it's in the floor register. So our rod is over here, and the tub stopper is there in the corner. Is it in here? Walls look good, floors look good. So I think for here, replace the blinds, find that cabinet, find a cabinet. I don't think find the one that was there. Put the shower rod back up, and another light bulb for the vanity light, and get that door so that it latches. I think that's everything in there.
Find a cabinet. What's he mean by find a cabinet? Does he mean just
level 3
the knob for the cabinet?
Got some wall damage there, and I think that's where this handrail was attached, and it's down now. So we need to probably patch that in some way. Maybe we'll get some kind of cover plate if you don't want to do drywall work and have to paint. Okay, there's that blind.
All right, my mom's still calling me. She must have an emergency. I don't know. I gotta call her back. So we got a couple more minutes. We're gonna finish this out. I'm gonna do the real quick.
Looks like it's in good shape. This side of the door looks all right. The door's not closing all the way, so it won't make it to the point of being able to latch. I don't know if it's this the mortise bolt here. I don't know if that's showing up. This piece is loose. There's no screw there on the bottom. So I don't know if that was what was causing our issue, or if it's something with the overall door alignment. This blind is trashed. There's some holes in the wall there. Looks like from where this handrail was attached. So some more work to be done there.
It's like another bullet hole. What the heck?
The carpet on the stairs here isn't too bad. And we are upstairs now. And closet number 1 here looks good. Might be the only closet up here actually. Oh, somebody wanted to put some stickers on there. Closes and latches, so as long as you can get those stickers off without damaging the paint, you're good there. Some moss and eyelash over here. Floors are dirty. Some stuff that looks spilled. I can't tell from looking at it if it'll clean out or not. We're going to try to check all these for screens. There is a screen in that one. All the lights up here are working. Walls look pretty good. There's like some wear over here. I'm guessing where this couch was leaned up against.
Yeah, I think the house needs a repaint.
There's some marks over on this wall. Right here. This light didn't come on. I don't think there's any more switches.
Hey, steak and shake
There's
cup.
just the switch right there at the top of the handrail on the stairs there. And I don't think that this window opens, so that'd be why it doesn't have a screen. I don't know how I'm gonna get to this other one. But I guess it doesn't really matter either, because I don't think anyone should really be up trying to open that one for much of anything, since it's pretty inaccessible. The one up at the top on the stair side there. There's a smoke detector down there. This vent here is busted up, so I'll probably replace that. And I think that's it. I'll do a another video for room dimensions for here. But I think that's everything for the inspection part.
All right. Now, I do have a bullet hole video. Should we watch that?
Alright, so after looking at it more, this house has been shot up. So you got like that crack in the siding there, but then here's a bullet hole, here's a bullet hole.
Who did this tenant make mad?
One went through right here.
Oh, my goodness.
One went there, and then you got lucky. They must have had the windows open, because it doesn't look like the windows are damaged. There's the hole in the screen. Those are the holes we saw earlier. There's a hole there. There's one down here. There's a few over was clean, but I think that's still bullets going through there. And then a couple in this screen, the one kind of at an angle through the screen. And then if we go inside,
it's dark early in Indy right now. 5 o'clock, it's already starting to get dark. Thank you, Central Standard Time, or Eastern Standard Time. We should be on Central Standard Time.
so inside you can see the one that was like off to the, they had the couple over here through the siding. Those ones are coming through the wall. And some right here, one came through. The ones off the back wall came in this way. And then mostly they all are clustered over on that wall there. You can see like one went up through the wall over there, one hit the ceiling, one hit this door frame. The one went through this door, and then I think through the wall over here.
Like a drive-by to me.
And then most of those came out over here and hit here. And then this, I believe, is the chimney. So they didn't make it through that after making it through all those other walls. And then these ones must be lodged in the chimney over there.
I don't think we ever heard anything about this
I think that one that
from
went
the
in
resident.
the bathroom, well, that should have come further over. Might have missed it because all the stuff in the cabinets.
Is that it there? I think I saw something. Maybe not.
I don't know, I don't see any major damage in there. But there is this hole here that could be from one. I don't think this glass is damaged. You know what though? Well, so this seal's broken. So there's at least that going on.
How am I planning to fix the hole? Typical way.
Blinds.
On some of the siding, we will
Yeah, I mean that one's not broken.
caulk
so
or replace the siding
I
as
don't know how
needed.
that happens. I don't know if
You know, filling in the holes
someone
and
replaced the
caulking it
glass
up.
already.
On the interior, obviously, you're just going to do drywall patch.
But
Yeah, I mean,
all
that's
these
pretty
have
much how we'll fix it.
glass intact. The one had a broken seal on it, but that's it. So yeah, I don't know. It's strange that that would happen and no one would report it.
Yeah, nobody reported it. So this is the first we heard about it was when Kyle went to do
I
the
think-
move-out video.
I said I was going to check the thermostat for you. So it's set to heat, set to 71, but it's 51 degrees. So I don't think it's working. But it does say
There's
to
probably no
replace
gas
the
on.
battery.
All right, so yeah, so I mean, typical ways that let me switch back over to me. So typical ways that we fix it is we caulk the holes in, and then well, typical. This is atypical. We don't do this a lot, but we have had it happen in the past. So yeah, so we will caulk the holes up, and then we'll replace siding as needed. We will patch the walls as needed, and paint. So, anyways, all right, so let's look at this thing here. Hold on. All right, so here's what I got so far. Some of the stuff is assessments. I think we've already winterized this property. So I think we're in good shape on that. So downspout extensions, we just need to run a couple of them, so about 50 bucks. Most of it will be covered by miscellaneous. Pressure wash exterior north side. I don't think we need to pressure wash the whole house. I think we just need to pressure wash that, that little area where whatever the mold is forming, and I'm assuming that's coming from the central air unit is kicking out a bunch of stuff. Replace the dryer vent that's kind of busted up. A couple of screens need replaced. I'm going to say that's probably $75-ish to rescreen them and all that sort of stuff. Trash clean it out inside and out. I'm going to say it's probably around $400 to get rid of all that trash. There's a lot of it, but it's small stuff, and so it's going to be just him sweeping it up and throwing it on his truck. It's not bulky. Is that what I would say? Are you going to blame the holes on the cable installer? No, I'm not going to blame the holes on the cable installer. Have I ever showed you the picture though? Have I ever showed you the picture of the cable installer who ran cable outlet into here, I will just show it to you. Give me a second here. One of our house's cable installer, he did just a brilliant knockdown job. Give me 2 seconds. And I will show it to you. Oops. There we go. Cable installer did that. And he put the end on it. So he drilled through the wall, came through an outlet, and still put a tap on it. You can't make that stuff up. That's honest to God. That's one of our properties. That's what the cable installer did. And he called it good. I mean, I mean, come on, dude. You put the end on it. You put the freaking end on it. Look at that. And that's good. It is real. Honest to God. Everything else I'll tell you is a lie, but that honest to God happened. Cable installer did that. And he put the tap on the end of it. You can't make this shit up. Sorry, excuse my French. You just can't do it. Anyways, so, all right. So I run into a lot of fun stuff in this industry. All right, where are we at? Replace several blinds, replace Microsoft Carousel. So this is probably going to run, I'm going to average 100, but it's probably around 50 bucks. And I've had to do this in the past. So I get the manufacturer model number off of the microwave, and then I get on eBay. And somebody is selling the rotisserie thing, the little metal, it's a triangle. No, it's not a triangle, but it's a three-wheeled little thing that rotates underneath the plate. So I'll get the carousel, and I'll get the carousel and the plate itself, and it'll probably be about 50 bucks. But I'm going to average 100 because who knows, right? All right, assess interior paint after clean out. Is that clean out or clear out? Clean out. Should be clean out. Interior repaint. I think it's going to be an interior repaint. I just think there's no way around it. So I'm figuring about $13.50 for interior repaint. I mean, really, yes, there's bullet holes in the wall, but after you get over the shock value of that, then it's, it's just a patch. I mean, it's just like a hole. Somebody put a big fat nail through the hole, you know what I mean, through the wall. So we'll have to just patch it. Assess the carpets and clean them. Now, here's where I think it's probably going to cost me about 250 bucks extra to clean these carpets to save them. Versus, let's say it's 1,000 square feet of carpets. I don't even know off the top of my head, but there's probably 1,000 square feet of carpets. And to replace the flooring, I would put in LVP, and the LVP is probably going to cost $3,000. So in our case, shrinking or stretching the carpets and cleaning the carpets, probably 250-ish. Like I say, J&G does a great job of clearing that stuff out. I would recommend them to other people, actually. That's the reason I said J&G. But they do a good job of final cleans, and they do a real good job of carpet cleaning. They have saved carpets that any other time I would have swore up and down needed to be replaced. Replace closet rods as needed. I don't know. 15 bucks. I don't know. You buy a rod and you just cut it. It is real, Frank. I'm telling you, it's real. Repair light in upstairs bedroom. I don't think it's going to cost us much. I'm going to say 15 bucks. Replace the window seal. So adjust door latches as necessary. Now, I did this at 75 bucks because a lot of them are the old skeleton keys and they got the old skeleton latches and those are expensive. So it could be as cheap as a handle. It could be, I think they're like 20 or 30 bucks. I don't know how much it is to replace each one of those. I don't think we need to replace them. So it could be as cheap as replacing the handle, which is about 10 bucks. So replace the handle, siding repairs, about 250 bucks. That's, you know, caulking it, replacing as necessary. Replace window seals, seal, in bullet window. Yeah, we're gonna label it. Yeah, baby. So that's about 80 bucks to replace it, and then so it's probably about 100 a quarter. By the time you figure in drive time and all that sort of stuff, miscellaneous string. 500 bucks. 500 bucks. All right, so where are we at on this bad boy? Calculator out. 50 plus 100 plus 25 plus 75 plus 400 plus 150 plus 100 plus 1350 plus 15 plus 15 plus 75 plus 250 plus 125 plus 500 plus 300. I'm actually going to add in the carpet cleaning, which is at 250. So it's 3780. I'm gonna assess the carpets, but I'm gonna assume we can clean, so I'm gonna get rid of that. All right, so 3780 plus 20% management fee. All right, so this property typically rents out for, I think we rent it for like 1,200 bucks a month, 11 or 1,200 bucks a month. So it's not an expensive property. So I can't log in to see how much it costs because they want to do a verified identity, and I don't want to mess with that right now. Mess with that. Anyways, I can do it. Anyways, I think it rents for about 1,200 bucks a month. So I mean, we can run the numbers on this. I don't remember anything off the top of my head. So what we'll do is we'll run numbers. Let's see if I've got this stuff in here. Tenants. It was an eviction. $995. This place rents for $995. So $1,000 a month. All right, so let's do the numbers here. $995, 8%. You know, this one house is pretty bulletproof, so we really haven't been doing a whole lot with it. Of course, I did not run the numbers on the taxes. I wasn't expecting to run numbers today. Get into the system real quick. 2 secs, sorry guys. Property taxes on this bad boy are a whopping, ooh, these are expensive. 25.93 a year. Oops. 25.93 taxes. Those are expensive. Property insurance is about, I think he's paying about 750. So cash flow on this property is 467.67. I'm gonna put in, he's got 100 grand in it. Is that $1 million or 100,000? $1 million. 100,000. Let's say he's got 100 grand in this property. So it's about a 5.61% cap rate. Cash flow on it is 467.67 a month. Let me go back to live stream. So yeah, so about $500 a month in cash flow. So it's about a 5.61% return as a rental. I don't know if that number's correct or not. I don't think it is. I can't remember what we bought it for, what we rehabbed into it. So if it was only 80,000 into it, then it's like 7%. I think the whole thing on this house is we're waiting for appreciation to come back on it. So because it's going to appreciate in value, even though it's been a drive-by victim, it is appreciating in value. So anyways, so long story short, so that's kind of basically the numbers. If you wanted to make sure it was like a 12% cap rate, then it would probably, you need to, all in purchase price is $47,000 to make a 12% return. 8% return, you'd need to be all in for $70,000. So these are all just numbers, guys. You can just run numbers and then you can come up with your max allowable offer, right? So if it needed 40K in work, buy it for 30K and you're going to be an 8% return on this. So this house should get between 3 to 5% appreciation. Well, sorry, 3%. Indiana is pretty much 3% across the board. So 3% appreciation or depreciation. So about 3% appreciation. So I think we were trying to sell it for like 175 this year. We didn't get any offers, and then somebody wanted to rent it. So we decided to rent it for another year, or 2 or 3. And then he's evicted. So maybe we'll try and sell it here in the spring after we get it redone. So the best time to buy in Indiana, the lowest point in the market is middle of March. So March 19th is the rock bottom. March? Yeah, I think it's March 19th. It's the rock bottom of the market. Then the market turns around, starts coming back up. So anyway, so April or May is a good time to sell because it's summertime. Kids are getting out of school. It's an easy move. So anyway, so that's our numbers. All right, we're done. I got to call my mom back. She called me twice in an hour. That means something's not quite right. But it could be my mom. She could just be lonely. I don't know. I'm going to call her back. All right, guys. Click the like, click the subscribe. If you're like Kevin and you have questions, if you've got a lot more info, you can give it to me, and I'll be happy to try and go over that stuff, run some numbers for you in the live stream. So if you want to analyze a deal, I have been doing a bunch of assessment videos, like sending Kyle out to assess a house and creating scopes of work for clients. So I've got some of those stacked up out there, and I'm waiting for the clients to tell me that they either bought the house or decided not to buy the house, and then I'll post those videos. So if you want me to go out and look, yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. So yeah, so if you guys like the video, whatever, click like, click subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you have questions or anything like that. All right, guys, appreciate it. Thank you.